Hi guys, it's Shiny Polaris. Happy Valentine's Day, or Singles Awareness. But yeah, kind of late, kind of not video. Anyway, I just want to just speak my mind about all the stuff that happened this week. We're just gonna talk about choice matches and then other things I heard on the news or whatever. So I didn't do a full Dynamite video because a lot of things going on. But I will just talk about the main event, which is like obviously all eyes were on that. That was Kenny Omega and Kenta versus Lance Archer and Moxley. And yes, of course, that was a crazy match. Now, of course, there was a lot of criticism about it because it was a little bit all over the place, but who cared? It was a lot of fun in my opinion. Obviously the best part was when they all went to the kitchen, and I already knew the moment that Lance Archer hits Kenta with a box of potatoes, I was like, man, there's gonna be a lot of people really hating that part, but I just thought it was funny. So yeah, I mean that match was great. You got all four people in there that used to be or you know, trying to be, you know, the IWGP USA champion. So that was cool. Lance Archer, even though he was pinned at the end, he looked very good in this match. And I like Lance Archer a lot, and I feel like he's been losing a lot, and he looked like he's slowly getting buried as one of their like monster wrestlers. But even though, like I said, he was pinned at the end, it was kind of like you know, Kenny Omega's little cheating-ish type deal to win it, and Lance just looked really good throughout the match. So yeah, so let's see. I was going to say another couple funny things. I really liked the part where Lance Archer he had Kenta, this is right after that little kitchen segment, and he had him, they went to the commentator booth, and you can see all four of them were like, all four, Don Callis, Excalibur, Tony, and JR, they were all like running from the desk, like scurrying, because they really thought Lance Archer was going to throw Kenta into their table, but instead Kenta dived off from that top there onto Moxley, who was already on the table, because Kenny put him there. I really like that spot. Near the end, when again Lance really looked like he was going to win it, Kenny Omega was having some problems. Of course, you had the Good Brothers, they came in, and they assisted him a lot. Even Jake Roberts tried to get a hand in there because he was trying to help Lance Archer. Jake did the short clothesline onto Carl Anderson, but Good Brothers eventually hit their Magic Killer onto Lance Archer. Then Kenny Omega hit the V-trigger and then tried to do the one-wing angel onto Lance Archer. He couldn't lift him up because Lance is so big. So the Good Brothers carried him up. So it was like the three of them carried him up, and then he hit the one-wing angel. Lance Archer got pinned. Kenny and Kenta wins. Kenta at this point was still outside beating up Moxley because that's all he cares about. And then it kind of cut. Now, my favorite part of this match was after. I think AEW should do more of these little segments because it was funny, and again, if they want to kind of connect AEW with New Japan, this is one way to do it. They did their social media exclusive thing. They did kind of like a post-match press conference that, you know, New Japan, they do that all the time. They had their like backdrop, but this time obviously it's AEW. I think that is so funny. It's about 2 minutes long. Just go on Twitter or YouTube and watch it if you hadn't. It is Don Callis basically cutting a promo or whatever, but it was really good. I mean, it just made me laugh so hard. And so, again, if you didn't think that, like, the forbidden door is open or whatever, he basically said all the names in this little press conference. So, of course, like, he wouldn't be able to say that if they didn't get permission to. So, but the press conference was, somebody asked Don, like, so what do you think of those, you know, Bullet Club guys in Japan, especially like Jay White and Tama Tonga, who like don't like you guys, you know, or call them corny or whatever. Oh my god, Don answered so good. Very condescending, like he's trying to be nice, but instead he's just like just burying them at the same time. He's like, you know, he's saying stuff like, wait, who is that guy? Oh, the guy that can't sell merch? Or like, yeah, you know, when these three left the Bullet Club, it gave those mid-carders a chance to move up, and I mean, just stuff like that. It was really good. Like, he's just basically trying to call them out. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I watched it a few times because it made me laugh so much. So yeah, so you got that. What I am hoping is there's going to be either probably, I'm going to guess maybe GOD more than JYW. Also, they all went somehow popping up in Revolution. That is my hope, because my hope is that I'm going to attend Revolution in person, and this will probably be my only AEW match that I can go to, because I don't live in Florida. So so if they can show up there, that would be amazing. So anywho, that is for AEW. Yesterday was Impact's No Surrender. That's their Impact Plus pay-per-view or special episode or whatever. And of course I watched it. I thought that was going to be the main event, the tag team match. That wasn't. Main event was Rich Swan versus Tommy Dreamer, which was well deserved because it was Tommy Dreamer's birthday. Happy birthday to him. Anyway, so the tag team match, which I was really excited to watch, that was Good Brothers versus Private Party versus Chris Sabian and James Storm, and it was a triple threat match. I will say, Private Party, I was never really a big fan of Private Party, but I think they just look so good on Impact than on AEW, and maybe that's because they're kind of like lower mid-cardish tag team, because there's so many tag teams in AEW that they don't get the chance to sign as much as they do in Impact. And of course you got Matt Hardy there too. So anywho, just like I said, great match. There was a part in it where, you know, Matt Hardy was really yelling at Private Party, you know, like you can do better than this, or, you know, whatever. He was basically yelling at them, criticizing them as they were wrestling. And you have Chris Sabian was like, don't listen to him, you guys are really good. So as he keeps saying that, that makes me think that that group, Hardy Party, is eventually going to break up. Also because Matt Hardy is really trying to get Adam Page. We will see what that story continues. But anyhow, very good match. It was really cool, especially the spots between Chris Sabian and Isaiah Cassidy. That was really good. So at the end, it really looked like that Private Party was going to win it, because they did like huge momentum of moves onto James Storm, and as the ref was distracted, Matt Hardy went and did the Twist of Fate onto James Storm. So it was like, oh my god, they're on their way to win. But as Mark Quinn was on top of the ropes, he's about to jump right on to Storm for the win. You have Carl Anderson outside, lightly tapped him on the foot, so Mark Quinn couldn't feel it. Ref saw that, so as Mark Quinn jumps on Storm, realized he is not the guy that could pin, Carl Anderson went and pinned him instead. So Good Brothers still retain. That obviously we like expected that, because I feel like there is a bigger storyline with them down the line. Of course, my opinion, them versus Young Bucks. But let me just say one more thing, and then we'll go there. So we got that match, and then after the main event, you know, Rich Swann versus Tommy Dreamer, and then Moose comes out, destroys them both. You think that was the end? At the last second of Impact No Surrender, they had a little promo video, whatever, and you just see like the camera panning up from their feet all the way to their face, and guess what? It was the announcement that Finn Juice is going to Impact, and they are a tag team in New Japan. So now it has basically been now New Japan not only working with AEW, they will be working with Impact too. So that is like so cool. So yeah, I don't know how people like hate this. I mean, just enjoy it. I'm really excited. So that's going to be on Tuesday when we get to see those two compete on Impact. So what I was going to say is that because now, you know, Impact basically say Forbidden Doors open, you obviously see Kenta and AEW, now everybody's like, okay, what is going on here? shortly after the Good Brothers won that match in No Surrender, they posted it, but I believe Impact, the site or Twitter, whatever, they also say, who do you want, who do you want them to face next? So, because next week's, I didn't even think much about it until I see it all over the internet. Next week is, on Dynamite, you will have Young Bucks versus Santana Ortiz for a title. Now, of course, you're like, this is what a throwaway match. Of course, Young Bucks is going to win because they still, you got that huge ass storyline with Kenny Omega and all that. But now everybody's saying, and I'm kind of thinking of it too, that like either Good Brothers is going to cost the Young Bucks it, or I don't know how they're going to mess up, but Young Bucks is going to lose their title to Santana Ortiz. So at Revolution, we can have Santana Ortiz versus Chris Jericho and MJF, which makes more sense because Inner Circle's feuding with each other instead of Young Bucks versus, Jericho and MJF, which almost doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. In my opinion, that would be cool. The thing is, I just don't see Young Bucks losing the title like that soon, because you just had FTR only carried it for like 3 months and they lost it, and now Young Bucks, they're gonna do the same. They're gonna carry it for about like 2 months and then lose it. But storyline wise, that would make sense. Young Bucks versus Good Brothers for their Impact titles, and then Santana Ortiz versus MJF and Chris Jericho, and then finally have the official breakup of the Inner Circle. I don't know, I'm kind of 50-50. I'm going to lean towards that Young Bucks are still going to win, because I don't know, I just feel like I like Santana Ortiz a lot, but for them to win the titles when they almost never, like, I think all 2020, they like never really had a title shot. They weren't really on that line too. So, I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. Again, it would be cool if Santana Ortiz did win, and then it would make sense, but again, too soon for Young Bucks, who is like bragging they're the best tag team ever, to just lose, even if they lost by like a screwy finish, whatever. Other things that happen on Dynamite, you have Samia Guevara officially leaving the Inner Circle, which of course, again, if we're going with the Young Bucks versus Jericho and MJF at Revolution, the prediction is Sammy's going to go and cost the Inner Circle their win for the title. Now, as Sammy on Dynamite, as Sammy was like, he's trying to be interviewed by As Marvez, but he was like, no, I gotta lead this. I can't stand this place, whatever. The immediate rumor was that they're gonna have him on Impact, which will be cool. Like, I want to see like as many crossovers as we can. But, and then this morning on the news, again, I only saw like one article, so I'm not sure how true this is, but it said that Sammy was preparing to go on Impact, and he was talking with the creative crew, but then I guess he like walked out of the room because he didn't like the storyline that they gave him. And as I was reading the comments, again, this was at work, so I don't know how true this is, but as I was reading the comments, everybody was like, oh, that diva Sammy, but I kind of agree with Sammy. So Impact, they have a lot of crazy storylines. All right, they are very campy. They just run with whatever they have. If Sammy didn't like what they gave him, I agree. I agree that like let him walk it off, or let him change the story, because of course if we're gonna have Sammy in Impact, it better be impactful and mean something instead of throwing him into a dumb storyline. Like right now in Impact, why do we have this Johnny Bravo casino thing? I don't have no idea what that is, and the money storyline. I thought that all ended, but anyhow. So that's one of the things I read. Another thing is, of course, with the huge news with AEW and Impact working with New Japan. One of the huge news is that they were saying that Okada is going to either join either AEW or Impact, and the rumors obviously is probably more AEW than Impact, but regardless, he's coming over. That is very cool. I saw that and I was like, what? Like, is this really happening? Oh my god, everyone's already like thinking their dream matches. The best part, and I think he just tweeted this a few hours ago, So of course I'm obsessed with Best Friends, right? And then I don't really watch Twitch, but I just somehow just got on Twitch to watch Chuck Taylor on his Twitch channel for like 15 minutes because I don't know, I had nothing to do. I'm not really a big Twitcher, but anyhow, so there were people like on his Twitch. This was a couple days ago, right? So it was on his Twitch saying about like I think it was people that didn't know that he worked at New Japan, but anyway, he was just jokingly saying like, oh, you know, New Japan, I don't want to work with them, they suck, and all that, and he was saying like, yeah, I'm just saying that as a joke for people that didn't know I work, and that didn't know I tagged with Okada, so that's what he said on his Twitch. So then today, as the rumor mill of Okada coming to AEW, he like posted a post, like a picture of him and Okada tag teaming. So anyhow, long story short, if Okada comes to AEW, and I'm not asking for a full-blown storyline, but just do a little nod to that with the Best Friends, I will appreciate it. Anyhow, but yeah, so we don't know. We don't know when Okada's coming to AEW, if he even is. I'm hoping it's soon. Revolution maybe, or some people say maybe with their new AEW second show, which I have no idea when that's happening. So we got that. What other news? I don't know. I just wanted to rant about that. Basically, I am very happy about all this crossover. What a time to be a wrestling fan. I have no idea how long this has gone, but thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a very nice Valentine's Day, and I'm hoping to make a video this Tuesday and Wednesday for both Impact and AEW. Alright? I just wanted to just express my feelings, especially on those two matches, so I can't wait. Oh, it's so great. Oh, just wish me luck I get those Revolution tickets so I can actually go and see all this go down. Alright, thank you guys. Bye.